earlier tonight, I actually had the privilege of sitting down with one of Whitney's colleagues and confidants, and here is my interview with former director of video production at Arista Records, S.A. Barron. So, S.A., thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I know it's been a surreal sort of 24 hours here.
Tough time, yeah.
You worked with Whitney for years on countless video shoots, and what were some of the projects you guys worked on together?
Well, the first one we worked on was I Will Always Love You, which was obviously a classic.
Of course.
And that's when we first worked together. I worked on all the Bodyguard videos, got to direct a few.
Amazing.
And,
in fact, isn't that song one of the best-selling singles of all time?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it was like 4 million. I think it was,
unbelievable.
And you know, I got to spend a lot of time with her, excuse me, on a one-on-one basis, which was great. Because we, you know, at a video shoot, you're always, you know, waiting around. And I really got to, you know, personalize with her and see the other side of Whitney. You know, there's Whitney the star, and then there's Whitney the person. And when you're sitting one-on-one like this in the trailer or the shoot, I really got to have some great conversations with her about, you know, about her life, and she's just a really down-to-earth person. And so there was almost two different personas. And
the more intimate side.
Yeah, and I was really blessed to get to know that side of her.
Right.
We got to spend a lot of time together. She told me great stories about just being a kid and being a tomboy and growing up with all her brothers and
nice.
that. And she told me about the first time she went to, I guess when she first got famous, and she was hanging out at Arista on 57th Street and went across the street into a McDonald's on 57th Street and didn't realize that, you know, she couldn't go out anymore. It was, it was basically a mob scene, you know, and they had to, like, you know, have security come and take her out, and it was the whole thing.
So she didn't even realize her fame.
She had no idea,
and her
you
status.
know. Yeah, she had no idea, and you know, and I think in a lot of ways that, you know, that part of her, you know, you lose that ability to go out and just be a regular person. But she.
Do you feel like that sort of stardom put pressure on her? Did you feel like that was hard for her to accept this new public persona
Absolutely,
she would have to
absolutely. Because I think if you talk to her as a person, she was a different person than she was in public. It was just she was a lot more, just like I said, down to earth and a lot more real and funny, and she would just like to tell good stories and was very, you know, would love to connect with people. She would just, I'd be standing outside the trail and she'd, oh, S.A., come on in. You know, she just wanted to sit down, and it would just be me and her just talking, and that was great. I'm really blessed to have that with her.
That experience, of course.
And I think that the fame definitely was somewhat of, I guess for everybody, it's somewhat of a prison in a lot of ways, where you just can't go out and just walk down the street anymore. And that's, I think she felt that pressure, and it was, you know, that was kind of sad.
And when you first started working with her and you heard her voice and you realized what a true raw talent she was, did you guys have any idea the potential of her becoming this mega icon? Did she even know? You know, what was
I don't think so. I mean, I think she was very humble, like I said, very down to earth, and just that voice. Yeah, I mean, that was the only way you could describe it. It just went through you. It just kind of, you felt it in your bones. There was, you know, there was no other way to describe it. It was just that feeling of just the music coming at, you know, just the way it emanated from her. It was just. It was one of a kind. It really was.
Her vocal is just so effortless. That's what's so amazing about it, just effortlessly perfect, you know?
Yeah.
What can you share, maybe like a fun anecdote or a fun story about her that you guys shared together, maybe on one of your shoots?
Well, you know, we got to go to Paris together. I did a video shoot with her in Paris, directed a video with her at the Bercy, and we got to spend a lot of time there. And we were waiting for her after she did a concert at the Bercy, which is the big, you know, concert place there in Paris, and we were going to shoot her at the Eiffel Tower after.
Right.
And so we waited and waited, and like, I wonder if she's going to show up. When did she show up? Because the lights from the Eiffel Tower turned off at a certain time, and so we're sitting there looking at our watches and wondering if she's going to show up, and all of a sudden, like 5 limos pull up, and she shows up, and literally as she's walking up, the lights go out. And she said to me, I remember her saying, I'd only do this for you, she said to me. I'd only do this for you. And we did the shoot there, and it came out well, but we didn't get the lights on the Eiffel Tower, though.
She was the light. She was the only light that you needed on that shoot.
And she was great, and truly miss her, I really will.
S.A., thank you so much. I appreciate you coming by and sharing with us.
Thank you.